Hello, it is me, Shirrak Alabuena. Hello, how are you? Merry Christmas. How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. I am going to be doing a meditation today. And before I get started, I'm going to talk about a few things that I have recently learned. And kind of some channelings that I've kind of picked up on for some things. And then also, what was the other thing? I was just thinking of it. Oh, we're going to pull cards. Yep. Okay. So this has been on my mind the last few days. There is a kid that a lot of people I think have seen, and I'll link the video. I don't remember his name right now because I didn't look it up. But he's talking about the difference between the dimensions. And so I want to talk about, so a lot of people talk about the third dimension, the fourth dimension, and the fifth dimension, but not very many people talk about the second dimension and the first dimension. And so I want to get a little bit deeper into those. I'm probably going to kind of on the fly pick up on some stuff. Maybe I'll ask a little questions here and there, but basically the reason I'm talking about this is because this is kind of how I'm picking up on it. The way that the world is created is so I've understood that God is like a particle being. So God can be anything and everything. God is neutral. I just got schooled on this morning. That's my cat. Moo. If you feel unsafe or you're talking about how unsafe you are, God source will listen in and let you know, hey, I will create unsafe for you. I'll make you feel unsafe. I'll do that for you. And so I was like, okay, I changed my words like right away because I'm not trying to feel unsafe. So anyway, basically like that's what I'm saying. It's like God is neutral. I know that, other beliefs are that God is this judger and discipline, whatever stuff. But that's not really it. So how this has all been coming up is I know that I have needed to do the last part of the book that I have been just kind of like going through a little bit for the crown chakra. And it's actually back there. I forgot to grab it. So just a second. Okay, so this is the book. And it is called A Beginner's Guide to Chakras, Open the Path to Positivity, Wellness, and Purpose by Lisa Butterworth with photography by Lisa Linder. Anyways, so it turns out that the solstice, the 12/21, 12/22, is actually a crown chakra activation. It kind of helps people to open their crown and their star chakra, because that is how you connect to the divine, is through your crown chakra and also through your heart. So it has taken me a little bit to get to this particular one, which I think it's literally divine timing, because I don't know, it was the last one I had to do, and I'm just now being able to do it. So it's kind of cool. So we're going to do an activation today. I'm going to open the crown chakra. I don't know if I'm going to do the soul star chakra. We'll see what happens. So, but anyways, so what I've been going through is a series of emotional ups and downs and figuring some things out. And so I recently learned, so this is the stuff I'm learning right now. Sorry. My contact's being weird. So I'm only going to reference for just a moment. I don't know what's going on there. So hold on. Okay, so hopefully that's going to work now. Okay. So I had an experience with a person that I ended up living with. I'm not going to tell too much detail because if you don't know, you're going to have to go back and watch other videos because I'm not going to go into the depths of it. But basically, that person had some pretty horrific childhood experiences, and I'm a healer by nature, so I have a huge heart, and I am just the type of person who wants to help people. And I felt the call to help. And in the process, when I was trying to figure out how to help, I was I only did one portion of somewhat of a healing for that person. And there was actually a lot more going on that I didn't know about. And so I recently learned this morning that it's almost like I had to become the experience in order to heal the experience. And I literally did not know that that is what I was doing. It was a terrible, terrible experience to me. It was really horrible. And it's been really hard, to say the least. Okay? So, in other words, I had to go through a lot of things and download energies and clear energies. And, there's part of the reason that I even would consider at a soul level doing something like that is because my heart is 100% for the healing of Earth and humanity. So I can't even talk without. So I really feel that much like inertia towards healing in that way. Standing ovation. Okay, I can make it through this. Okay. So it was really hard because I had a lot of horrible things. But anyway, so there was a time when I tried to open that person's heart, and there's there's an energy work method that you can use to do that, the open the heart space. And it wasn't able to open. I didn't look at their chakra system at all, and I just was like, this doesn't make any sense to me. I was like, what? Like, everybody has a heart, so she didn't strike me as like a person that didn't have one. But anyway, or their soul. Actually, I guess there was like a major soul retrieval, so I do know how to do those. But anyways, trying to move along a little bit here. I basically learned today. I've been told for the last 2 years that my heart chakra was leaving, or being moved or removed, and I'm like, how's that even possible? Like, I'm not over here being like, hey, take my heart chakra, you can have it. It was more like I had so much like love and compassion for an experience that someone had that I had no other choice but to, I had a choice. Obviously, I have a choice, but you know what I mean? It's just, I just felt so compelled. So, anyways, so I learned something about how I became the experience. And so this is the most interesting part, is like, so I don't think anybody talks about this. So basically my heart chakra has been moved. So it hasn't really, sometimes it's like in place and I'm all, and I can dance and all this stuff. And other times I'm just like, I'm angry, like, at everything, and it sucks. And so, like, I recently have been channeling the collective consciousness of 9 because for some reason their communication between me and them is like this stream of like legit energy that I can grasp. So it really, really helps me a lot whenever I channel them. And so for like the last couple of, if I wake up early in the morning, I'm just like, well, I'm awake right now, so I guess I'm going to channel. So I just decided to channel a couple times. So what they told me is that because my heart chakra, and I've been told this is not the first time, it's like probably more than 2 or 3 times, but anyways, when they said that when my heart chakra was moved away from me, that I was not able to basically like live in the heartfelt energies. And so I ended up experiencing these horrific energies and downloading things that I wouldn't normally do. And so because my heart chakra was moved and I wasn't able to figure out, like, it's such a shock to my mind. It's like this impossible thing. I've never had this experience before. So like, to me, it's like a horrific experience to not have my heart. Like it's like totally unfathomable that that's even a possibility, that can even happen. So to anyone. So I, like, when I was doing the channeling, I was asking about, like, it's been a couple of years, but I still have like random like experiences with this energy, and I'm just like, what the fuck? What's going on? So I've been getting the message that it's like energy vampires, and so I was like, okay, well, I want to null and void any and all agreements with energy vampires. And then I had to recognize, like, I had to really see that was happening, that I would end up feeling this energy, and then I would have this experience of like, I'd start getting crabby, I would start getting bitchy, and like just not wanting to deal with anybody or anything. And so now that I recognize that, I'm making sure that I don't have these energy vampires. I've been looking, like, if I have a feeling on my back or anywhere, I'm just like, okay, what is that? And I look with my third eye and I see. And I got to tell you, some of these energy vampires are weird looking. They are not what you like. They don't look like a human. Sometimes they do, but other times they're just like one of them was like, I probably shouldn't even talk about it, because like somebody might call it in. Don't do that. But it's just like this weird, like, I don't know, it was like this like black purple thing, or I don't know. And then there was like this weird yellow thing, and then there was like this other, I don't know, there was like a tentacle kind of a thing, and that the tentacle one has happened before, but not these other ones. So I was just like, okay, well, I need to keep these things off of me. Like, stay off of me. Stay off and away from me. Another thing I had to do for myself is, like, I've talked about transmuting energy, and if you can grasp what I'm talking about, this will severely help you so much. Transmuting energy, as in, like, so I really should have a diagram here. I don't have my... This is why I'm talking about the first and the second dimension. Right, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I had to find some things, and I changed the lighting so now you can see me. Okay, so what I'm talking about is, so everything is energy, and everything is like a sheath. So if you can, so this card, I've used this before, this card. So all this grid in the background, the grid is through the body, etherically. I think that's, let me just confirm, is that the first dimension? Yeah, because remember when you write on a piece of paper, that's like the first thing that you do. Okay. Not exactly. Well, I tried. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is that it's kind of like, like, Okay, I think I got it. Okay. So let's say, for example, you have dis-ease. Okay. So the dis-ease is from the sheath that you have. A sheath is a consciousness belief that has been formed in your body. So what you can do is you can take the sheath. I take the sheath out, but if there is like, so a good example is I watched the movie or the series Avatar, Legend of Korra, and in there she was poisoned, and one of the obviously one of the villains was trying to do something to her to make it so that the avatar would not be able to exist anymore, and therefore it would create a level balance, which I don't know for sure. That's totally, but anyway, um, a level playing field maybe. Either way, she got poisoned, and because she's the avatar, you should really watch it. Um, she was able to pull the metal, or it was like they like injected her with something and the poison, and it was like it had like metallic in it, and so she was able to, like, she put her hands out and she was able to pull out of, through her skin. So what I'm saying is that you can, like, let's say for example someone has you know, a lymphatic cancer or something. So where are the lymph nodes? That's what I would do first. I would research the lymph nodes. I know we have some here, we have some here, we have some right here, and then we have some like throughout the body, and they're clusters. Okay, so the energy that a person holds, the belief that they hold, is that this is a possible thing for cancer to occur. So you have to go into your like the first and second dimension where the belief was connected or created, so that you can undo the belief, and then it'll automatically release. That's right. I will release it out right through here. I don't know if you saw that. It started to come out. Because if you like do this, like you push on your face and you pull it down and you pull down to here. I saw this on a video once. It works. My face looks so much better after I do it. But anyway, and then like, you know, you have to get it's like the gunk or whatever, and it goes down and out, and then like I literally was I thought this was so funny today. I'm like, duh. I was like, I release it out through here, but like, why don't I just release it out through here? Because each organ, each like specific little whatever it is in your body, it has a spot for a meridian. So everything has a meridian. Everything. So you can just open the meridian and clear out the energy as long as you have the belief that it's a possibility for you to clear it out. Now, if you're trying to help someone else, you have to help them to understand that that's just a belief in your consciousness that you have to get them to unlock. They have to unlock the belief and start to, you know, it's like, but I feel it. Well, you can also feel the release of the energy, and you just work at it. You know what I mean? You just keep on putting the belief into the new belief that it's possible for it to go away. You can literally transmute the energy. You can take it out through your heart. You can transmute the energy through your heart. And also, what was the other thing I was just going to say? Okay, so there's like lots of ways that you can transmute energy. You can see the violet flame. Like as soon as I say the violet flame, it just happens. So you can use the violet flame on each organ to clean it out. Now, there's something in relation to what I went through that I recently learned about the black diamond flame. Now, you have to use this as a tool and make sure that you understand what you're doing when you're using it, because the black diamond flame, it's amazing. I love it. So anyways, the black diamond flame should only be used if you want to clear some of the densest energy that there is. And I always use, it's like chalk. Basically, it's like chalk, only it's like, maybe it's like charcoal. where it completely just like disintegrates the energy. All of a sudden I hear this little crackle or popple or whatever. And then I use the violet flame to give, like, to replace what was taken out. So the violet flame kind of is like really super healing. So if I were a person that had some sort of like belief about that, I would go in and go into meditation, and I would literally, do what makes you feel comfortable. I've noticed that there are some energies, and this doesn't mean it's specific to everybody. This just happened to me because my heart chakra was moved, and we're going to keep that in the right place. And I experienced some of the densest energies of my life. I didn't even know that these energies existed. So I noticed that sometimes when I would use the violet flame to ignite something, to get it to dissipate and transmute, it kind of was like, maybe I need more belief in the violet flame. I don't know. Maybe I need to put more emphasis and power into it. And maybe then it will transmute this energy. But either way, I use the black diamond flame first, and it works. And then I use the violet flame. Whether it's psychological or not, it still works. Like, for example, I have old clothes. I've actually thrown out a lot of my old clothes, but some of my old clothes, even from clothes that I've worn like a few days ago, if I was in like one of my PTSD moments, the energy goes on to my clothes, and then I have to transmute the energy off my clothes because I'm not going to buy new clothes every 5 seconds. So I use that to transmute the energy. And then I use the violet flame, and that works too. My little lady has something to say. And then she said, and yeah, that makes me feel safe. She makes me feel safe. So, okay, that's it. This is something I've been working on for a while, feeling safe. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say about the first and the second dimension that I don't know too much about, but I would do some research if I were you, because that is like the way subconscious, like that is like the ground, that's like the dirt. You know what I mean? I know dirt is 3D, but it's like the foundation of like, where things are like the starting. It's like whenever you start to draw a picture, you just have the beginning stages of the picture, and it grows into something bigger. Like this, for example. Did that person know when they were drawing this in the beginning that was going to look all like this, that they were going to put? Probably not. But where did it come from? So God is a particle being. And to me, this whole entire world is made up of a grid system. And I'm a grid worker, so I'm feeling like I might be picking up on some stuff here. So if we look at this from a computerized like point of view, where you're the programmer, right? So you're the person sitting at the desk going like this, programming your life to happen for you. So you're, like, I say you, but what I mean is like your heart is in your soul. Like, apparently my soul's up there. That's awesome. Okay, so anyway, you're the programmer. It's like I'm a projection. Okay, so my physical body is a projection. I know I've talked about this before. I've heard this before too. But anyways, your physical body is a projection of what your soul is. So like your soul is like over here, a completely neutral being, and it makes decisions that are like, okay, my human, like, I don't totally know the whole thing because I'm still kind of learning, but like basically what I'm understanding is that the soul is like, hey, I want to experience this, whether it's good or bad. It's like, yep, this is it. So then it gets put into your heart. I feel like does it come down through the heart, through the crown chakra? I think it's both. I think it's like, I was told that we have a cyclical chakra in the back, and I don't think very many people talk about that either. But anyway, so it's connected here. Okay, it comes from the divine. Okay, so it does come down through your, yes. Okay. So anyways, you get downloaded into your heart. And then your heart emanates out the frequency. And then the frequency, you are living in the collective consciousness, which is basically like your whole aura. Okay. And then it goes up into the collective consciousness where everyone else is. I think I've talked about this before. I don't know why I'm talking about it again. I guess it's necessary. But anyway, so it goes up into the collective consciousness, and like your soul is like working it out with like other souls, like, hey, I want to have this experience. Do you have my card? I've definitely talked about this. Do you want to have that same experience with me? And then they're like, yeah, I would like to have that. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, so we're working together, we make a contract, and then the humans have to adhere or like live with the fact that their soul is making a decision. And that's where so God source, you have to work with God source too, because you have to make an agreement with God in order to be participating in this whole thing. Sorry, my feet are falling asleep, and it's kind of cold in here. So so what I'm trying to say is like that to me is like, it's kind of like, man, I wonder if that's the 1 and 2 dimension. Maybe I got it backwards. Either way, what I'm trying to say is that when you do a meditation, that energy that you are downloading is like the beginning. It's like the start of it's the inkling of the dirt. Like you're planting your seed in the dirt. And then if you work with God and your heart frequency, then you are growing your own seed. And it's almost like your seeds grow in your heart, right? So yeah, I need all my seeds back. My light seeds. That's awesome. That's so cool. Oh, there's a lot. Yeah. Okay. So the rest of what I was wanting to convey is that once the collective consciousness told me about the energy vampires, since I've been able to get rid of them, my heart chakra has been coming back around and being put into place. It also took a channeling of me to understand, or my little lady, me and her, to understand that my heart chakra needs to be in place. It needs to be right here, because that's where I feel all the love from. And I have to be connected to God, and I have to be connected, through your crown chakra. It has to come through. You have to have a pillar of light that comes through and straight down all the way down to the center of the core of the earth. So when that happens, it's like you emanate this frequency out, which is a lighter, higher vibrational energy, which makes it so that you can have big angels in your life, and the Arcturians and the Lemurians and the Andromedans and, everyone else that's in, so like recently I just got an message about the universal heart. It's like the universal heartbeat. Oh, heartbeat. And the Christos, like everybody calls, this is interesting. I've just recently learned this, so I didn't ask too many questions. But to me, I'm thinking that Jesus and Yeshua is actually the Christos. That's what we should be calling him. Her. Him. I didn't mean to say her. I meant God's source son is the Christos. Okay. So, and then Mary Magdalene, I wonder if her name is not Mary Magdalene then either. I wonder if that's, because like I've seen the Christos, like I've seen someone have the name Sophia Christos or Christos Sophia. So I'm kind of wondering. Anyways, other people probably know more than I do. But what I'm trying to say is that if you are experiencing things that are unfun, or like you're not really enjoying your life, or I'm enjoying like certain aspects of it, you have to figure out, where am I not in my heart? Why is my heart somewhere else? And my little lady wants me to say that she's been hiding. And I didn't know she was hiding. That's so super important. You have to work with your inner child in order for them to feel safe with you so that they don't start to create things. So there's a lot of moving parts to this whole thing. But like she was hiding, and it was like I couldn't, life was just going, and so I couldn't pay attention to her, and I had too many things. Like my mind was just like still shocked from all the things that I went through, and so like I've been living in this like shock or like trauma status for the last long time. I get a break every once in a while, which like I feel peace, but the reason that I'm feeling it now, or I was feeling it, is because she would come back out because she would feel safe, and because my heart chakra was in the right place. It was placed where it's supposed to be. So it's really, really, really VIP important to have your heart open, like open. And like the other thing I noticed is that my so your heart chakra is like, you can make your heart chakra space as big as you want to. You just imagine it and you can do it. So that's like the same thing that I was talking about with the lymph nodes and like organs and stuff. You want to clear out an organ, you just open the meridian. You see the meridian open, and then you see the energy come out. It just comes right out. Like you have to have a belief that it can come out, and it can, it will. And then your mind locks it into place because it already has a belief. Hey, I let that out. That's gone. It's out. Done. Finito. So anyway, I forgot what I was talking about. What was I? Oh, I was talking about my little lady. Okay, so now that I've learned that my little lady was hiding because she was scared, there's been people in my life, physical human people, that their higher self or their inner child has been coming around me. And it's just because I have such a genuinely kind frequency that I tend to like just, I remember saying it a while ago. I just want to love everybody, I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want nobody to be hurt at all, ever. So like, I'm gonna, somebody else, like something that I'm getting stronger with is like, somebody like, this person's MO is, they're kind of cruel and they just kind of hurt people. And I'm over here like the complete opposite. I'm a lover. I want to extend my heart to people and extend my love to people. And then, so I'm in that mode and that person's in the other mode. And then it's like, okay, well, how does that work? It doesn't, because that person's, energy is being conveyed to me in a totally different way. And then I'm conveying love, and that's like a clash. One or the other has to feel something, right? So, like, I had to accept the fact that I had to hurt somebody. Like, that person was unconscious and unaware of whatever it was that they were projecting and doing the things. And I had to basically be like, no, you're hurting me. I'm not hurting you. I'm not doing this stuff to you. I'm not going to say that I'm totally perfect, because I can take responsibility for my own shit. But literally, if a person is doing things to you, then you have to draw the line. You have to draw the boundary right there. That's it. You don't get to come over here. And then, if you have somebody who has bully energy, this is a real thing. If they have bully energy where they just come over and berate you with their energy because they're pissed off and they're human, because they don't understand why you're creating a boundary that they can't grasp because they don't live in the consciousness that you do, you have to literally stand up for yourself 24/7. You have to move them out and move them out and move them out. This is like energy psychic attack stuff. Move out, get out of here. You have to keep moving them out. And until their consciousness accepts the fact that they're not going to do that anymore. And this has gone on in my family for a very, very, very long time. And so like, I just grew up with people being that way. And now I'm to the point where I don't give a fuck. You know, I'm just going to be really candid and honest. I don't. You know, I'm over here crying my eyes out while you are feeling good about yourself. How does that make any sense? You didn't make me feel good. You hurt my feelings. And then you're going to cry and whine because I'm standing up for myself? Like, how does that make any sense? Take responsibility for the things that you're doing. You know, just because I'm wanting to like go off and live my life doesn't mean that you have the right 555 to, you know, stop me. Like, what the fuck? It's none of your damn business. I'm going to do what I want to do with my life. You know, there was this people that I was following. I'm not going to talk about them, but anyways, they had this love, light, and fuck you too. Because sometimes you have to stand up for yourself. You just have to. That is the empowerment of the divine. Because if you look at nature and you see the Mother Earth, I was out when I went to Mexico. I guess it's story time today. When I went to Mexico, we were out in the water. So we had this really super awesome, like, I had such a good time. It was really great. So we had this like ceremony. It was at like, we were supposed to show up at 6:45 in the morning on the beach. And, you know, whatever. I didn't know what we were doing. So I just put on my tank top and my shorts or whatever. I actually kept that. But anyway, so we did this ceremony where we put like this like brown clay and like different colored clay all over ourselves and our faces, and we painted each other. It was really cool. And then we like went around in a circle, and then we became they instructed us. They had the drums where they were beating the heart of the earth, so they were doing that. And then they told us to walk around in a circle and become the animal that you felt most connected with. I think I've talked about this before, but it was really fun. So there was a lady that she was right next to me, and like all of a sudden she just like got down on all four of her, you know, started crawling on the ground, and I was like, oh man, I get to crawl on the ground. So I did it too, and then she was like, like she was a cat or something. It was really cool. And then after that, so this is the part I want to talk about. So after that, they told us to go out into the ocean to wash off and to like give back to Mother Earth because of the ceremony. So it put it back in the water. Water's a conductor. So we were out there, and this is the earth, you know, this is the earth energy of like how earth is. So there was me and two other girls. I barely knew them. It was like my second day there. I was by myself. I didn't know anybody, and we just ended up together. And there was this, I don't know what you call it, but there was like this, like, it was kind of like, it was like a rock, but it was in the middle of the water. And like over time, it's like gotten smaller. And so like we were all focused on what we just did. And then like, it was super duper cool because like 10 or 11, like, what are they called? There was like 10 or 11 really big birds. They were like the birds with they just catch a pelican? I think they were pelicans. Yeah. They get the big old fish in there, they just swallow it whole. Anyway, so it was so cool, man. As soon as we got in the water, they just all flew by. It was really awesome. So anyway, so all of a sudden, like I felt this like energy or this like vibration where I was like, oh my God, what is this? And I turned around like in the water, and I noticed that it was coming from this rock thing. And I didn't pick up on it before until we got into the water. We were like in a status of like, you know, kind of like channeling, you know, we were in a ceremony. And so, like I just started like, I told the girls, like the two girls that I was around, and then one other girl came. And, so I was like, take your consciousness. I was like, do this with me right now. So I was like, take your consciousness and bring your consciousness all the way. This is so cool. It's perfect. All the way to the edges of the land. And then I was like, okay, so oh man, I don't remember everything I did, but anyways, I was like, okay, and then I was like, now focus your energy on, it was like a healing. Oh yeah, we put our hearts out that far, yeah. So anyways, so then I started to focus on the rock, and I started doing light language. And in the middle of the light language, a wave flopped over my head, and I choked on the water because I was focused and into the, I was into the channeling. And so that's what I'm trying to say is like, there was no care about the fact that I was doing something. It just was like right on me. So literally, like, having the understanding. What are you doing? Having the understanding that. Are you gonna sit with me? You can sit with me, kitties. You wanna come sit with me? Oh, he's so sweet. Hello, Kiki. He always comes to visit me when I'm doing videos. Yeah. What you wanna do, huh? Aw, sweet kitties. Oh, you do my sweet kitties. Oh, I love you so much. Yes, I do. So anyway, I want people, so it's not always easy to accept that, something happened and there's nothing you can do about it. You know what I mean? Like, you can only heal from it. It's not like I'm going to be all blaming the earth for being itself. It's just not, thanks a lot for making me choke on your water. It was kind of, like, to me, it was kind of like an omen, it was like a somewhat of a blessing, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, it's kind of like how they tell you to be grateful for everything, even the hard things, even the bad things, even the things that really super can hurt. Just understand that, like, you are responsible for your own stuff, and that it's okay for you to fight it out. It's okay to feel sad about it. It's okay to be angry about it. It's okay to be frustrated about it. It's okay. Like, if you guys would have seen me, you wouldn't even be like, that's not even her. Like, I was a completely different person than I am today. And I just let myself fit it out. I let my inner child throw fits, be mad at myself. I was mad at myself. I was mad at everybody. I get mad at my dad, my mom, whoever. It doesn't matter. I just let myself get mad because it seems like in the growing up, it seems like we're like almost not allowed to have any feelings. And I just think that's a pile of crap because everybody has feelings. Everybody. There's not one person in the world that doesn't have a feeling, whether it's positive or negative. That's the way it is. So I think that's what I was. I think that's everything. Was that? Is that all the things I wanted to talk about? Oh, okay. So recognize what I'm trying to say. Okay, I got it. So recognize that your heart is the creator of your reality, whether it's with you or not. Make sure that your heart is with you always. And also, love your inner child, because whether you like it or not, no one's going to love you the way that you do, the way that you love yourself. You are the only person who can truly love you, because everyone has their own thought process. Everyone has their own experience. Everyone has their own stuff that they have. And it's not that no one loves another person. People love other people. But it's the same thing as like attracts like. Okay, so there are certain aspects and things that I love about men and I love about women. Okay, so there's those people love the same things that I love, which makes us a like-to-like connection. It's a frequency kind of a thing, I think. It's like, do you love the way your cologne smells? Do I love the way your cologne smells? And then we got a match. You know what I'm saying? If you smell good, then that's it. We're together. That's all there is to it. I can't help it. That was worth it. It's kind of true though, isn't it? Animals are like that too. I mean, I'm just saying. Okay, so now we talked about individual loving. So this is a really good thing for like relationships, right? So they always talk about you're supposed to have a relationship with God. Well, you also have to have a relationship with yourself. It's really important because you can be walking down the street having a good time and then somebody else walks by and is like, God, you're so ugly, or whatever they say. And like, you're over here like, why would you even say that? You don't even know me, like, how can you even, like, it's none of your business kind of thing. Like, what does it matter to you if I'm pretty or not, or whatever, And so having a good relationship, a good understanding, a strong relationship with yourself makes it easier for you to be like, dumbass. Just brush it off. I don't believe that. I don't care about that. Who cares? And like, then you have to think to yourself, okay, so this is what I would do. I would be like, what's wrong with that person? They must have went through some pretty hard stuff. Maybe somebody said that to them. Maybe somebody berated them. Maybe somebody hurt them. Maybe they've had a really hard life and they just feel like F you to everybody, You never know. Did you see that? No way! I had never seen that before. There's nothing there. Oh man, this is so cool. What an amazing thing to happen. There is no bugs in here, I swear. There's not one flying thing. They're gone. I don't allow bugs into my place. No. I feel like it's a little... I don't even know what that is. I feel like it's angelic. It's like some sort of like tiny little angel. Yeah, I'm not going to figure it out. They're not going to tell me. It's just meant to be seen. Well, that's fine. Okay. So, I'm going to keep the meditation in here. So, now that I've done all this talking, I haven't been on camera for a while, and I had a lot of things that's been going on, and so I wanted to make sure that I got all that stuff, the preface of like, going through the meditation. So we're gonna do cards now. I'm just gonna pull for the 1221 portal. One of the important things about the December 21st portal that Jen McCarty told me, I just did her meditation before I decided to do this video, is she was talking about how on the solstice the sun stays still for 3 days, and that's why people celebrate. And then once the 3 days happens, then the days start to get longer. To me, it feels like a gateway. It's like a space. Like what happened to me earlier today is I was channeling and I was talking to the collective consciousness of 9, and then God Source started talking to me. See the little, it's like it's like throwing dust. It's like this whoosh, kind of a thing. I don't really know, but I see it. It comes in, and then it's like, okay, God's talking. So, that's really amazing. I love that. I have to have that in my life. Yeah, I have to have God in my heart too. You have to make sure that you get the Holy Spirit in your heart. You make sure that it gets in there, because you got to have that in there, because that God fills you up. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, I gotta move my legs here. So I was channeling earlier today, and I was asking for stuff for humanity, and we actually did a lot of the things that in the meditation with Jen McCarty that I didn't even know what her meditation was going to be about, but I was glad that she was doing one, so because I like doing them with her. But anyways, so I basically was asking for well, I don't really know how to explain it without. I'm not trying to mess it up. Not trying to. Yeah. So basically, like, we needed some things cleared out, and so I asked for some stuff to be cleared out. We'll say that. And then, so what I'm trying to say is that the consciousness, okay, so like, they call it the veil is a little bit thinner, but what they don't talk about is like how your voice and your consciousness is a lot louder. Like, it's a lot louder in the ethers. Like right now, I'm talking in the ethers. Yeah. So I'm not trying to talk into the ethers, but it's happening because we're elevated. So I'm basically talking in the ether. So everyone, the 12/20, I feel like December 20th to the 22nd or the 23rd is like it's almost like a master manifestor portal or gateway where like anything and everything that you maybe might want or need or whatever it is, it just came down, you can ask God for. And it's kind of like Christmas, only it's not. It's like, or maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know too much about that whole thing. But anyways, for those 3 days, you basically are more connected to God. You're elevated. Recognize if you're in a crabby, negative way, you might want to change that or bring your heart back into place. Bring yourself, find a way to laugh, find a way to love, find a way to bring yourself into happiness and joy so that you can have the experience that you want to have. I don't know how it affects the future. I just know that in these time frames, we are definitely manifesting something higher. And that's actually what the Arcturians were talking about. They said that, the higher energies are coming in. And so us as humans, we have to be mindful and aware of what we can do for ourselves to help ourselves. Like something that I do all the time is I take a bath. It's the greatest day of my life every time I take a bath. I love it so much. I need the water. And so, there's other things that I do for myself, like with my little lady. Sometimes we go get ice cream or we order from somewhere. I don't eat out all the time. I kind of have been a little bit lately, but, just little treats. You have to give yourself treats, or maybe your treat is to eat healthy, and maybe your treat is to go to the gym, or maybe your treat is to dance your heart out in your living room like I did a couple nights ago. It was great. I had such a good time. I haven't danced like that in so long. Because, like, for some reason, whenever I was, like, lifting my energy up, like, I kept having this, like, energy vampire stuff happening. And so now I don't have that anymore. I'm super freaking happy. Like, I'm super ecstatic. I get to be me again, So without all this, like, attachment shit. Okay, I think we're there. We're there. So, so we're gonna do the book. We're gonna do the book separate. Yep. So we're gonna do this meditation right now. Okay. So earlier today, before I did the meditation with Jen, is I got the energy of the solar logos. So I was like, oh, awesome. This is great. For some reason, like, I just, I was connecting with God already. So, like, I drank some orange juice, and I know that orange juice is really helpful for, like, bringing your vibration up. That's why people heal. It's because orange juice, its energy is healing. So they can do all the science stuff all they want, but I'm just saying it is a healing energy. And that's why people stop being sick, is because they finally feel connected to love and, things. So, but anyway, so I was taking a drink of some orange juice and then I saw the solar logos. It just made me think of it. I had an empty stomach, so I was like, I'm just get some orange juice. And then she said that right before the meditation that she got the message with the solar logo. So I was like, okay, this is so cool. Like, I'm on the page, or she's on my page. I don't know. But anyway, so we're going to pull cards. These are my cards that help me to connect with the solar logos. These are Melanie Beckler cards. And so it says, I now call upon beloved source of all that is, the one. Beloved solar logos, Christ light. Beloved guardian angels, higher self, great spirit. Thank you for so many blessings in my life. Thank you for your seen and unseen love, support, and guidance. Thank you for directly connecting with me now. Thank you for helping me to see, hear, feel, and know your presence, wisdom, and guidance. I ask that you now surround me with divine love and light. Connect with me directly and through these cards. Help me to become centered and aware so I may clearly know the clear insight, wisdom, and guidance you have available for us now. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is. And if you don't know, I just let them fall out. So we want cards for the solstice and any other messages that anyone who watches my video needs to have. Okay, we're taking that one. I usually get 2 cards. Am I taking these? No, I'm not taking those. Am I only going to do 1 card? Oh, there they are. Okay. As soon as I asked that. Oh, awesome. This is so cool. Okay, so so the first card, I'm going to talk about the other card in just 1 minute. I just want to get through these. This one is Way Shower. Lead, don't follow. Pave a new way. Embrace new possibilities. So this is empowering because this is literally what I've been saying, is you are the creator of your own reality. You get to decide. So you be the leader. You're the leader. Just like I'm a leader. We're all leaders. But we all have to learn from each other too. That's so awesome. All right. So this next one, I'm going to do this one first, and then we'll talk about the last one. Okay. Return to center. Flowing balance. Breathe into the pose. Stay calm. And one of the things about this is the thing that helps me to stay calm is when my heart's in place. That's the best, because then my little lady feels safe because my heart's not gone. And she stays with me. If my little lady's freaking out, I'm feeling all that stuff. If she's going through a trauma phase, my inner child, that's it. I gotta basically, like, you don't have to totally stop what you're doing, but if you want to heal something, you have to stop what you're doing and pay attention to your inner child, your heart, about what's going on. Because if you don't do that, you're just going to run right over your feelings. You're going to get sideswiped, and you're not helping yourself by sideswiping your feelings. No one does. No one is helping themselves doing that. So, um, anyways, what I'm trying to say is that do the holy pause. When you start to feel some sort of like, what is that? Do the holy pause and hold for a moment and figure out, how am I feeling? If you even have to say it out loud, how am I feeling? What am I feeling right now? Am I feeling scared? I feel scared. I feel anxiety. I feel freaking out. Like, why am I freaking out? You have to ask yourself the whys. Why, until you get to the seed point. And usually it's an inner child, wounding, or, somebody, like, for example, there are certain energies like that come around me, and my little lady is like, boom, gone. See ya. And so, if I have to find all the ways that will make me feel safe, make her feel safe, make my heart feel safe. Basically, my little lady and I decided together that we're going to keep my heart in place, because that's when I feel safe. The most safe is when my heart is here. And when God is in my life, when God is present in my place, in my whole place, I also feel safe. And so you might feel more safe around people who believe in God. If you're a person who believes in God, that might make you feel safe. Figure out what types of things you can do for yourself that makes you feel safe. Okay, so this is really cool. So in the meditation with Jen, we went into the solar logos, and there was a book there, and she said that we are turning the page. So out with the old, in with the new. And there was a little light orb, which I don't know if that's what that was, but I think it was. But anyways, there was a little light orb. It was like really super tiny, like that big, and it connected with our third eye. And then we, so I stood by the book. I was like, I want to see this up close. I was by the book. So like, it was empty completely. And then she said that the little orb was like making symbols. So the symbols went into the book. And then we sent the energy out to the rest of the world. So this is funny. Because I got this card. Turn the page. It's not a coincidence. It says, move on from the past, step into the unknown, blessings await. And that's exactly what we were doing. Leaving and letting go of like all the crap. Doesn't mean you can't visit from time to time, but you still need to make sure you stay present and moving ahead. Okay, so I guess we're going to do these ones. Okay, so my little lady wants me to do the singing bowl in between, because we need to clear out some energy. So we're going to do that. I don't use it very much. Probably should. This is my singing bowl. It is I don't know if you'll be able to see it. It's kind of old. But it's the Om symbol. I think it has, yeah, it does. It has Buddha on the inside. Yeah, I like it. We're just going to do 3? Okay. Man, that just chilled me right out. Whatever that was, it left. Well, that's good. Okay. So, okay. We're going to do these ones. These are my, I think they're called oracle cards. Really super beautiful cards. I love them a lot. It's really, really pretty. I'm so glad I got them. Oh. All right. Oh, man, this is awesome. You just wait. Is there going to be... Oh, there's another one. Okay, that's it. Okay, all right, cool. All right. So, the first one that we got, super amazing. We are in the process of bearing fruit. Isn't that kind of cool? It's like, what is that in the bottom there? It kind of looks like some birds. And then we got shining through. So make sure that you shine your light through your heart. Super cool. Okay, now I have my crystal cards, which is basically, it just gives me the definition of rocks. And I usually like it because it has like a little paragraph of the rocks, and it kind of is like a little message. It's pretty cool. Okay, for the solstice. Okay, that's one. Yep, there's the other one. Ooh, okay. So I think I've gotten kunzite before. I don't know for sure. But I've never gotten olivenite. Olivenite. So this one says, we all hold on to guilt from our past. These things weigh our spirit down and prevent us from growing. Olivenite is a natural and powerful spiritual cleanser. Hold to the throat and say aloud the guilt you are holding on to. As you speak the words, the guilt will disappear. You know, I have been feeling guilty because of leaving the past and people behind. And yeah, it's a real thing. Okay. Even my family. The spiritual, okay, so sorry, kunzite. So it says, this spiritual stone awakens unconditional love that is deep within your heart. Its high vibration connects you to a universal love only felt in the higher realms. You will feel no negativity, no pain, only a love that transcends space and reality as we know it. Why don't we have this in our houses already? Okay. All right. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I love these cards. They're so much fun. Oh, yeah. I do have another card, don't I? All right. Let's do this last one. All right. Where are they? I know I grabbed it. I'm going to pause so I can find them. Okay, I found them. All right. So these are my Archangel Michael cards. These are pretty cool. Usually there's a big white being right there that comes to help me with these cards. So anything that we need to know for the solstice. That's what we're looking for. Is that it? Just like I got that card before. Is that it? Oh, okay. All right. I felt it. It was like, nope, that's it. Okay. All right. So this is number 34, which is 7. Trust in divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. It's kind of cool how it's like shining in her face, right? Like the divine is shining down on me, on you. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so let's read what it says for this card, number 34. Okay. There's a book. That's why I only do one card because there's like 3 or 4 paragraphs. Dear darling child, I know that you have experienced emotional wounds during this human experience. It is my intention to help you soothe your heart as you recover from these challenges. Source is pouring pure white light of healing down upon you to help you come to a place of peace as quickly as possible. It will take a little time, but there is no doubt that you will heal. I know that you are confused. I realize that you're fearful, anxious, sad, or even heartbroken. But I'm asking you to trust me. There is a reason for what you're doing, what you're going through. There is meaning in the experience. It may take a while for you to understand why this has to happen now, but that time will come. It will. One day you will see the divine purpose underlying your growth as a soul in human form. You will suddenly connect the dots and the aha moment will arrive. And when you do see the light, you'll realize that it was all divinely orchestrated to take you to the next step of your dreams coming true and real joy coming into your life. I feel like this is related to everything that I went through. I'm sure there's other people out there though that have had hard things to go through also. Maybe you can see that right now. Maybe you already get it and you're putting your faith into positive action. If you are, then good for you because your faith is indeed being rewarded. But if you're struggling right now, then again, I ask you to trust me. Reach out to friends and family for comfort. Allow yourself to experience the emotions you're having. Be open to the loving care of professional counselors if the need arises. This will all work out. It will be okay. And I am here for you now and until the day comes when it will all make sense. That's pretty amazing. I'm glad I read that. Yep, it's real. All right. So we're going to start the meditation now. I realize that I have this video is extra long, but it's all connected. And I really feel like it should stay connected. Just like a relationship should be connected. The connection between your heart and you and your inner child and your heart and God and your higher self and your crown chakra should all be connected. It all should be connected. And also that includes your whole entire chakra system. Let me just say that. It all should be connected to you and grounding. Yep. So I found this music. I just typed in crown chakra frequency. Man, is it ever awesome. So, yep. Sahasrara. I think that's the crown chakra. It's pretty cool. All right, let's get comfy. So we're going to do light language to activate the crown chakra. I want you to see the white light shining down on you, just like the card. Aruga, tiki, aishukatane, oragata, isukatorakata. Ino, atu, asi, atu, ati, atu, ati, atu, ati, atu, ati, atu, ati. Erokati, asukutu, akatu, akatu, asu, atu, ana, ata, asa, asha, ta, ata, ina, atu, shati, ialati, arosu, turati, tiara, tatara, tara, 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 tara. Erokatana, aksukuturakatikira, katurukatikisa, katana, katurukatikisa, katurukatakatana, katurukata, asa, tara, tsada, tara, 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 tara. Erosutura, ti, arosutura, tiratura, tetara, tura, tatara, satara, tatara, tatara. Orati asutua tianata kutukua isekatura katara kutura kata erosati arotu isetana katara katiki sukutura kataya kutura katana erosati kutura katiki sakatura katana kasukutura katiki sakatara katara katiki sakatana kata arosatura katiki na katara kasakatana kutura katiki sukutu shikitikina kutuku sakatana kutura katiki arakutura katiki Arosati, arasutati na kuturu kisukuturu kitiki anakatiri karakata. Arusati arosutura titi arotura tita tutura tetara tatara tatara tara 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 sotota tara ta. Arukutuna katiki sakatara katiki araku shukutura kitiki na siki auto arati arakatana katura kata. Irosati shukutura kate ala sutari titi rosutu tati iya sutunati atuarati satana. Erosati arotura titi arotura kitiki anakatura katiki sakatana. Arosotura tira sotonati arotura titira satana totura tia sakatana oto. Arosotura sikina ko sakatana otai sakatana katura katiki sakatura katikina ko sukutura katikina sakata. Arosoturati. Arosoturata. Inoani. Aneuna. Irusati. Aneuna. Irosati atu 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 asatana olati ara satana orati sakatana kator shakatora kata ena erosuturati arusutu atina usotorati arati kasukutuku shikina anea satara irosati ratana kotora kisikina katuku suku sukutuku tuku tuku tikina kusukutana ati satorati
Erosati arusudurati ratutati arusati asutana tiki atuati aratote arasatana torati. Erosati ratonatura katakatana osokotora kata. Erosati shakotora kitikina. Kotokotora katikita katora katake ana ata atsikata ana kato uta asiti ero te eta atura kata ana katora kata. Atu asi anu atu aruka tiki sakama atu asu tura ati ala tukuto ati asa arusu tura tura tiki ura kata nakat sokotor kata ana arusu tura titi ratanatara sokotora katana urati asutu arutana osokotora kati arukutina suku sukutora kitiki anata sutula titi arututo titi titi. Arutatu, arutasu, atutati, atupati, asutu, atutalota. Erosati, rokatana, usukuto, katikia, sukutu, shukutana, katakia, sakatana, akuto. Erosati, arututia, rakatana, katuku, sukutora. Erosatina, sukutora katikina, usukutora katikina, usukutora katikina. Erosatina, uti atu ati asutu atu ati asutu ane eti ti atu utu arusutu arusutu tu arusutu susuturu turu 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 turu.
That's it. If you made it that far. Yep, that's all we're gonna do today. Yep, that's it. Okay. Yep, that's it. We're not gonna do any more. 1, 2, 3 on the clock. All right. I truly, deeply, in my heart and soul, love humanity, and I want to say that I always will. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day and a joyous Christmas and a joyous time of year. And don't freeze your buns off. I'm just saying. It's cold outside right now. Anyways, I love you. Until we meet again.